Hello, I'm Necrosis. A little bit pissed off. This is not a stream video. This is only me recording. Straight to a hard drive. It'll get put up on YouTube. There will be no stream associated with it. And this is going to be a bit different from any other video you may have seen me do. And I don't even know where to begin. I don't know where it's going to go. Let's try and put things into some kind of perspective. Okay. Those of you that follow me on my streams or know me in IRC, don't ask if you don't know. I have been in the process of trying to create my own little server system into the rest of the madness that is my room. I forget what you're seeing here for just a moment. I bought a used enterprise machine, a used enterprise R710 server, except it turns out when I received it, it did not contain drive bays that can fit 3.5-inch drives. This was not in the description. I didn't even know that was a thing. It took 2.5-inch. I contacted the seller and decided to get a second one while I waited to get a response. I bought it from Amazon the first time around. It's the same dealer and company, but the second one was purchased through eBay. That's what we're seeing right here, right now. By the time they had responded to me on the first order, I had already made an order for this one. This one specifically stated 6x 3.5-inch, assassin SATA bays. I prefer to just spell things out personally. Acronym-wise, it's just SAS and serial ATA. That's how I would pronounce it, but whatever. So, anyways, the guys that responded to me said, ship it back. The first one will give you a 3.5-inch model form factor. Okay, so I shipped that out last Tuesday. Right now it is about Friday. Well, so much for being able to call them tomorrow. But, god damn, this just gets worse and worse, doesn't it? But yeah, last Tuesday I sent it in. Cost me way more money than I would have wanted to spend on shipping, but fuck it, I needed it. It would have cost me more to buy drives. I already bought a series of 3.5-inch drives that were all going to get used in either a RAID 5 or a RAID 10 array. Sitting, waiting, opened. I can't return them. They're here. They've been rotting, waiting for my setup, specifically that was intended for the server. And they will not be receiving that until Monday. In this case, it's Friday now, so hopefully Monday they get it and whatever. But anyways, the second server arrived. The other one I ordered that specifically stated 6 by 3.5-inch drives. This is the second or alternate form factor. Either 8 2.5-inch drives or 6 3.5-inch drives. And I even have a controller I bought to go over 2 terabytes, the H700. And it works. I updated the firmware and all that fun stuff. I just don't have a fucking server that'll fucking fit them right now. Nah. So if I can do this. So at the moment, this is the server, the second one that I bought, that is not what I ordered. And that sucks. I have a computer that's behind this one you can't really see. Let's see if I can point this guy right here that normally acted as my router, which I converted. I'll go more in on that later in a moment. this computer's out of decommission, and then my normal desktops and stuff are sitting up there. Okay, so trying to move that camera around is not the best idea. I'm not set up for being able to move around and show stuff and all that greatness. But, yeah, so anyways, I have a server right now that's sitting here, quad core, the X5570, 2 of them, and 32 gigs of RAM. And I did go out to Fry's. I grabbed a fucking 2.5 inch, 1 terabyte drive, and I wanted to get this fucking thing set up. I don't know what they're going to respond to me about, or how they're rather going to respond to me, because this is, now I'm pissed. I'm really fucking pissed, because they should have already known that I was already dealing with this shit, and we were already in the process of doing one exchange of 2.5 to 3 inch, 3.5, and I went and bought specifically 3.5 inch. These are not 3.5 inch. But until I figure out what the fuck they're gonna tell me, because if they tell me I need to ship it back and they want to exchange, like, I'm gonna fucking flip my shit. I really am. I am pissed off. I'm frustrated as hell. And I just want to drink and fucking forget about everything, but I can't. Why? Let me give you at least a taste. Here's a Vizio thing I was doing. This is kind of where I ended up. This is what I was supposed to have originally. A single server running as a hypervisor, type 1 hypervisor, in my case, the VMware ESXi, in the latest version 6.5, which I have. And it was going to run on RAID 10 or RAID 5, depending on what I felt like at the time, with 4 drives to start with, as well as a single USB memory stick, which has already been prepared in advance to boot off of for the OS that this runs. Everything virtualized. And it was essentially going to be virtualizing everything I needed. One was some form of a network share, or NAS. Their weird vCenter stuff, which I've never used before yet and haven't been able to simulate. What I would define as a machine that does all my file syncing or cloud-like behavior, in addition to PXE booting, form of voice chat. My music server, this is what I use to stream music to my phone. This is one of the main critical portions that I have to make sure goes out, because the rest of this is add-ons and things that I don't currently necessarily use. My own VPN, torrent, doodad, schmad with the seed boxing, and then eventually now I'm going to change this, but some various video related stuff, video editing, encoding, and like IP camera stuff. I want to have a secondary server for this type of stuff, so I can offload and do a lot of encoding tasks on a second machine. The primary one would be the one that does all my routing, and that's part of what this video is going to be about, I think. The pfSense, originally, as I was pointing out, physically I had a machine, an old computer with 2 network interface cards that ran it. And it just connected. One goes into the switch, the other one went into the modem. That was my router. Fantastic. But now I plan on virtualizing it, and I have. And don't worry about the rest. It's just whatever. So, just a small glimpse of whatever the fuck was running through my head at the time. So, where are we at right now? Where am I? At the moment, I have, well, plugged in the server. I plugged in one Ethernet port. I installed the 2.5-inch hard drive, and I installed Windows Server 2016 so that I could run the firmware updates, because that server was very old firmware. So whoever was using it, that data center did not seem to be big on updating their firmware, which is fine. So you kind of have to install a real operating system first before you go hypervisor if you want to do that kind of stuff. And that's about that.